Welcome back to our Final Fantasy Origin walkthrough. In this episode we're going to be doing Memories of Fire, Mount Gulg. Let's get cracking. So we do have a secret purple memory to collect in this stage, which will unlock a secret side mission. So I'll be pointing that out a little bit later. And we'll be rocking Ninja mostly for this mission. We've got quite a bit to do, so let's jump on in. Just quickly with Ninja, I'm just going to show you the Ninjutsu and the scrolls and stuff, Ninja scrolls. So it costs a certain amount of Ninja scrolls to use a certain thing, and the main one that we're going to be using is this Utsusemi. So if we cast that, if you look down the bottom left hand corner, it now sees 3 shadows. So basically we can get hit 3 times for free without taking any damage at all. The shadow will take the damage, and that also applies to the red attacks as well. So let's jump on in. I believe this place is also the Fire Cavern from Final Fantasy VIII. Or it's kind of like a head nod to the Fire Cavern from Final Fantasy VIII, which is a great Final Fantasy, by the way. Highly recommend playing Final Fantasy VIII if you have not played it. One of my favourite games of all time. Okie dokie. So that is that. We'll be casting Utsusemi quite a lot, to be totally fair. So you don't always have to hold down the wheel, hold down right trigger. If you've cast it before, you can just press right trigger. Use Soul Shield there to interrupt that ability. Or you can block it. It's usually a little bit better to use Soul Shield on that one. Let's push on forward. Just going to skip that goblin for now. Jump on in. So for these things here, you basically just smash these and it gets rid of the lava, so you can just push on forward, head on in. We're also rocking White Mage, so we've got White Mage and Ninja. White Mage just in case we get in trouble really with Ninja, so we can switch out to White Mage, which is actually one of the job classes that I used to play in Final Fantasy XI back in 2002. White Mage and Black Mage and White Mage and Ninja. You basically could have like a main job on that game, and you could also choose a sub job, which kind of complemented the main job, which I think is one of the reasons why I enjoy this game so much. Is the job system is quite similar to Final Fantasy XI in a way. So we've got these shadows applied. If you look at the bottom left hand corner of the screen, we've got 2 shadows. We've got 1 shadow, it's just gone, so now we're taking damage. But basically, the shadows allow us to keep insane levels of pressure on the enemy. So what you'll notice is that we could just hold down RB there. So for that particular stance, I'll try and show you on a different enemy when I can do. So cast Utsusemi, then head on over, hold down RB, then spam RB. And you can basically just keep doing that until the enemy is absolutely deleted off the face of the planet. A lot of the time the shadows will be taking the damage instead of you, so it doesn't interrupt your actual ability, so you can just keep the pressure on, which is obviously insanely useful. Okay, so that's that. We've still got 2 shadows on, and then if we rest at the cubes, then that also restocks our Ninja scrolls as well, so we've now got 10 again. So what we could do is level some stuff up. Hopefully we might have some anima shards that we can whack into Ninja. We don't, fair play. So we just want to be leveling this bad boy up essentially as much as we can do. So just unlock whatever. I'm not really too fussed what I actually unlock really at the moment, so just grab all that sort of stuff. What you can do with your battle settings as well is instead of pressing select all the time to do the auto equip, if you want to apply some stuff that might have better affinity to level up other jobs, you can manually select some gear. For example, this has got 0% affinity here, the hands and the legs. I've got 0 affinity with other jobs. So if you wanted to kind of filter some EXP over to something else, then you could look for something that has affinity. For example, that's got White Mage, although we don't really need it. That's got 26 affinity for Sword Fighter, so you could kind of level that up at the same time if you wanted to select some stuff to like filter it across. I might actually do that with Red Mage, because I think Red Mage has got some decent abilities that we could ideally do with unlocking. So let's bring up the affinity panel here. Let's see what we can do with this one. Maybe Samurai. Just whack something on for now, so Warrior. Won't keep it on for ages, but you get the idea. You can just mess around with that and, you know, try to increase some affinities and stuff if you want to get some extra experience points. So we'll whip that, we'll use Flee. Just be careful of getting overwhelmed here, just watch out, because there's an enemy up top and he's sometimes a bit of a pain in the butt. Just be careful of standing in the actual lava. Let's put our allies into limit break mode. And we'll just go and delete everything. I think I'll just go Lightbringer actually and just delete all enemies. I think, are we clear? I think we're clear. Even though we've got battle music popping off. Oh, it says enemies over there, but we can't really do much with those. Technically, you could head over there if you want to, but it's quite likely that the lava will just absolutely delete you off the face of the planet. So just be careful of that. It's going to Utsusemi. What we'll do is take out this grenade first of all. There we go, and then we'll head down. I think this is the way to actually go, like on top of this bridge type thing, but we want to be going down here first. So I think we can get an item up there, although I don't think that item is too great, in all honesty. But if you want to grab it, I think we can smash through here. Head on in. Feel free to let me know in the comments if you did play some, you know, Final Fantasy XI yourself. Maybe you went White Mage and Black Mage, or White Mage and Ninja, or if you played Final Fantasy VIII. Maybe that one's your favorite single player Final Fantasy? Question mark. So we can drop down there, grab the item that was just tucked away. Nothing too crazy, to be totally fair, but other than that, we can push on forward. Might as well use Flee to get some speed going. This bit can be quite spicy, so just be very, very careful. We're going to play it safe. Use Utsusemi, so we got that applied to us. Don't want to be fighting inside the fire, that would be bad. So we're going to hold down RB. We've got 3 shadows applied, so we can take some hits. We just took 1. And that's a good example of, you know, the shadows taking the damage. You can also throw a bunch of shurikens if you want to, although they don't do like massive damage, but you can pull the enemy towards you. That's another example of shadow taking the hit, and again, shadow took the hit. That's why it's so useful. Okay, so if memory serves, I think we head up here. Use Flee. And attack this. So now we can head through here. I think it just opens up this mid-section. So we can follow this round, and now we can officially go this way. We'll probably cast Utsusemi once again. It's going to back up. Got a bunch of soul bursts waiting for us, so we've got to be quick. There we go. Hold down RB. Spam away. That'll do. I'll go for... Oh, well, I was going to say Utsusemi, but had the wrong thing, so never mind. You can get some extra MP from smashing these. Sometimes there's items hidden away, so keep your eyes peeled for those. And the secret memory is not too far. Watch out, because I think there's a boulder. Yeah. Watch out for that. I think Jed was listening to us there, but let's watch out for that boulder. This bit can be a little bit spicy. Let's quite a few enemies in here, so just be careful. Goblin just dodged our action ability there. Ideally, we could do with some ninja scrolls, so we could actually cast some stuff, but we'll just go for it. That's the secret memory just up there. We have to go around a specific way so we can actually get it. We'll just clear some stuff out first. You can block that attack. Watch out for these goblins because they always open up with that sort of like weird spin to win thing. And it can do a lot of damage because it does spin around quite a few times. So for the secret memory, you got to be heading towards here. You want to be looking for this ledge, dropping down here, following it around to the left, and eventually, here we go. Or when we get into the right position. There we go. So that's the secret memory there. I don't think there's anything else knocking about down here as far as I'm aware, so you can just follow it around and we'll drop off. And then we have to look for one of those lava things. Oh yeah, it's got the Fire Cavern music playing as well from Final Fantasy VIII. Such a great game. I know I said this about Final Fantasy IX, but I really hope that Final Fantasy VIII also gets the remake treatment, the Final Fantasy VII remake treatment. That'd be awesome if they redid 8 and 9. So for this bit, I think we have to follow it around for a little while, even though it looks like we're going out of the way here. I think it leads us round to... Very careful here. Yep, very careful. Almost just got deleted from those fire attacks. So we're going to head on up. Soul shield it if you can do. Sometimes easier said than done. Make sure your party members are limit break if you can do. There we go. But yeah, it would be cool to see Final Fantasy VIII and Final Fantasy IX done in like a modern remake style. Okay, so this is the lava for this entire section that we just went through. So we'll just smash that. I don't think there's anything else knocking about. There was that secret wall that we found earlier, but I don't think there is another one. Just keep my eyes peeled. Let's head on down. So that's cleared out this entire section of the lava. Just gonna double check to see if we've got everything. This is gonna be quite spicy. I'm gonna go Lightbringer for this one. And limit break our party members. There we go. So that should delete the break gauge. Hold down RB. Just gonna spam away. That'll do. Should be clear-ish soon. Just give this guy a quick poke. Or maybe Sophia will just blow him up. Either way is fine. So I believe that is the intended route. Just going to double check to make sure we're not overlooked anything. I don't think we have Divine Stage Out and Flee. Just to speed things up. But yeah, I think that's all good. So that's where we went up to clear the lava. So I've got an item in here. Nothing too crazy. So that'll do. Now I'll follow this back round. But yeah, feel free to head over there. There's that item hidden inside that jar thing if you're interested in that. There we go. Okay, so we can rest up at the cubes, the job trees. Just going to pop any anima that I might have into Ninja. And level this up. And we're going to be getting all the nodes on this, so I'm not really too fussed which one we get first. Might as well just do whatever. I'm going to press select, just use optimized gear for that one. Just going to check the combos to see if anything better can be equipped. I think they should be fine, to be fair. That'll do. We'll stick with that. We'll stick with that. We could also swap out White Mage so that something else was like getting more EXP, because White Mage is already maxed. So it's not really getting any EXP benefit at this time, to be totally fair, but we might need to rely on it, so you know, it's usually worth just keeping it at the side type thing. Okay, so Sigil Fleet. So we've got the secret memory. Just need to smash through this last section here. I think it's the last section. I think if memory serves, the boss for this stage is quite a spicy meatball as well. So we'll definitely be taking in White Mage for the boss. We'll head this way first of all. Let's go. Need to remember to keep casting Utsusemi. There we go. Cast the Ninjutsu. Okay. I was just checking to make sure that wasn't a rope that we had to throw down, but it's fine. We've got a wall that we can smash through here. I don't think there's anything too crazy in here. That took way too long, so we wasted a lot of our break gauge. Don't forget that each job has a separate break gauge, so if one of your break gauges is really low, then switch out to the second job. Ah, there we go. Need to be careful here. So I'm going to back up. Take that, cast it back at the bat. And I'm going to go for... I actually didn't need to Lightbringer. His break gauge was already gone, but fair play. There we go, we'll just give him a pat on the head. The old Tomberry for a job well done, for letting us win. Thank you, Tomberry. I'll grab this. I think it's just loot and stuff, nothing too crazy. Some daggers. Some gloves. I'm going to keep my eyes peeled for cracked walls. I don't think there are any more cracked walls in this bit anyway. Head on up. We can also recast our shadows. Put them back on. Okay, some more loot. I did mention there was a lot of loot in this game. You get loot all the time. And a lot of the time you end up replacing it quite fast, to be totally fair. That's why I don't worry too much. Like, if my inventory is like, you know, full and I can't pick stuff up for a little while, it's not the end of the world. Because you just get so much. Okay, so that is that. I don't think there's anything too wild in this area. We'll just hold down RB. Go into slice and dice mode. That'll do. So yeah, that is that. Let's head on up here and up the ladders. And we eventually get to this lava thing. I think there might be a second one of these in this area, but maybe not. We'll find out in just a second. So we're going to cast Flee. Then we can drop down. Shadows as well. Try and absorb that. Ideally, I don't really want to fight him on the actual lava itself. That's going to be a pain in the butt, so I want him to come to us a little bit. gonna knock him over the thing, so that'll do. Okay. So we'll grab the stuff. Watch out for the lava. We drop down from there. I'm just going to quickly do a flee and just double check the area. So I think that's the way that we went before. Up there it is, so I don't need to go down there. This is where we came in from, I do believe. So we'll just get all the stuff from here. Looks like we've got a wall that we can smash. Got that. Some loot. Sigil and fleet. That's opened up this arena here, so let's go for it. I think this enemy is quite spicy, so I'm going to play it safe and go for the shadows there. Just going to let the teammates go crazy here. I thought I had shuriken there, sorry, so just realised that I was just stood there dancing and not actually throwing shurikens. I don't think dancing for the enemy is going to do too much damage. You can never be too sure though. So that is that. That's the intended way to go. I'm just going to quickly have a run around. Make sure that we've got all the shenanigans from this area. Looks like we have. I think there's anything down there. Nope. Thought that might have been a cracked wall then, but it's not, so. Watch out for the boulder. Lots of Neo 2 mechanics here. There's a lot of that sort of stuff in Neo 2. Which I would highly recommend playing, by the way. I absolutely love Neo 2. I did a 100% walkthrough of Neo 2 as well, so feel free to check that out on the channel if you're interested. It's an insanely good game. I hope that we see a Neo 3, to be fair. It's very, very good. You get to go around and like collect all these little kadamas, these collectible creatures. And there's a lot of customization on Neo 2 as well. You can do like, you can play as like a ninja. You can whip out like dual swords, all sorts of stuff. Okay, so pop any anima shards that we have into ninja, as this will be our focus for a little while. I've got pugilist. That'll do. Battle settings, check all your settings. I'm just going to use auto for now, should be fine. Okay. And White Mage. I think this is the boss, if memory serves. So make sure you're taking in like at least one high level job, so White Mage should do the job for us. We could also check to see if we could switch out Venom for something else, but I think we are good for now. There is something later where you can, I think it's a red mage ability or maybe a black mage, where it regenerates MP. It kind of just auto regenerates MP if you use the ability, which is quite useful for our jobs. But other than that, let's go in for the fight. You can actually apply your stuff first if you want to, so you can do like Utsusemi first to make sure you've got your 3 shadows. And potentially go for haste or hastega. And we'll jump in. Like so. We're going to go ahead and skip the cutscenes as per usual, so I'm just going to spam start, skip past the cutscenes, skip past the lore, and just jump straight into the actual fight itself. I think this one might be a little bit spicy. It is. So we're going to pop our party members into limit break straight off the bat, and we're going to go White Mage mode a little bit. Just held down block there. We're just going to buff our party members a little bit there with some Regenga, some Protectga, all that good stuff. And Hastega again. We've got our shadows on at the minute. hold down RB. I'm just going to spam away. So we've got the shadows. Probably should move away from this blade dance. So I've got 2 shadows applied. 1 shadow applied. Shadow is now gone, so I need to be aware of that and reapply shadows. What we could do is reapply shadows now before pressing B. That'll do. We're going to go back into White Mage for a little bit. Watch out for Inferno. Rebuff everyone. I'm just going to back up a little bit here. Go for Regen Gear. Protect Gear. And we've got 1 shadow remaining. Hold down RB. I'm just going to spam away. I'm going to wait until that shadow is taken, which is quite soon. Oh, I actually missed. So I'm going to reapply the shadows. Head on over. So we've got 3 shadows. We can be quite offensive for a little while. Whilst we have the shadows applied, make sure to left and right on the D-pad so party members are back in limit break mode. And other than that, let's finish this off. So you can see the shadows come in very, very useful there. Just make sure to keep your eye on the shadows and recast when you can do. And other than that, that is the stage.